Hey y'all, I'm back and today got a special set. I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Watchpoint Gibraltar from the Overwatch line back in 2019. So let's take a look. Here's the box. This is set number 75975. It is 730 pieces and it retailed for $90 in the US when it retailed back in 2019. Here is a full look at the build of the set itself. It's mostly the rocket that I was holding earlier, but then we also have an entire launch pad kind of thing. And this is based off the Watchpoint Gibraltar map from Overwatch. I did play Overwatch back in the day. It's been a little bit since I've continued, but I know enough about these maps from back in the day. So if this will zoom, we have the point that you actually fight for in the game. It's like a drone charging station. There was a set that came out back in 2019 that was the drone, the payload that you're trying to move onto this point. I do have that set. I'll make a video once I'm back at my other setup with it connected to this, but those two sets go together. We have the rest of the launch station here. So we got all this like greebling, tubing, pneumatics, everything you need to launch your rocket. We got some Overwatch insignia, fuel tanks, things like that. And we also have a boarding station up here so that someone can go into the cockpit of the ship up in the top. I'm going to take the ship off of here to show you all of it. But the ship actually just sits here. There's nothing technically connecting it. It literally just sits in here. But it's statically determinate enough. Like, it's pretty stable. You can see that there's just these little ring pieces that it sits in, and you can just plop the rocket back down and you see it stands up. So I do appreciate that. Here's the rocket itself, and just off rip, this thing looks incredible. It's like a mix between a space shuttle but also like a fighter jet kind of thing. That's at least what I'm getting out of it. I think it would be really cool to, as someone studying engineering, I'd love to work on something like this. This would be awesome. So it has space for the drone payload. So the drone is supposed to connect here and then you take it to space. And we have a few different cockpits. We have like the main cockpit, and then we have another control area here. This is just a really cool ship, just as far as ships go. You can actually open up this back section. You can open it up there, and you can open this up. So we have some seats for all the Overwatch for the Overwatch members. We have a banana and peanut butter for Winston, and we have some other items in here. This is a decent amount of space. It feels like a spaceship, like I don't even know what this part of a ship is called, but like a docking area of some sort. We can close that up. We can move on to the next section also. This is removable. We have just a little control station, I guess, that someone can sit in. It's a decent amount of space for how cramped it is, as weird as that sounds like out loud, but you can see it's pretty tall, and yeah, it's just more than I thought someone would get. And then we can move to the front cockpit, and this is a decent amount of space. There's supposed to be a joystick that sits here, but the piece broke. I got this secondhand, so bear with me. And something I think is cool is this panel can come up, and you have like a turret system that's on a ball joint, so you can aim it anywhere. I don't know if you all can see the little rockets down there, but I think that's really, really cool. So yeah, again, this is just like a cool mission spaceship. We also have more stuff that it can do. So the reason why it has those two separate like cockpits is the thing can actually separate. Let me separate it real quick. It's hard to do it with one hand. Boom. So you can actually separate this into two things. The back part, I think, is supposed to be like the actual payload, and then this is like a detachable ship kind of thing. and it gives you a little engine back there, and this one's the one that has all the firing systems in it as well. So that's super cool. And then I like how this thing actually looks. It feels uh, like not as much like a jet, but like a cargo carrying device, which I think is really cool. And you got some little rockets down there as well, and you can maneuver this with your payload wherever you need to go. So I think that that's a cool function as well. I think the thing that I feel is unfortunate with this rocket, especially, is it's one of those cases where it's like so much lore, but no lore at all. Lego put a lot of work into making this a really cool ship, but in game, there's not really any lore around it. It's just there in the map, but you don't know what mission they're trying to carry out. You don't see any of these cool features that Lego put into it in the game. So I feel like it's Overwatch's fault that more people weren't interested in this set. This set comes with 3 minifigures and 1 big figure. Something. Well, I'll go through the figures first. First, we got Reaper. It's very unfortunate that my lighting is terrible in this setup, but he looks really good. Just has the regular black legs, but I think that looks fine. The head looks great. The torso looks great. I love the built-up shotguns. I really like the gray piece that they use for this Overwatch line. I think it works for a lot of the characters. Next, we have Mercy. She's like the healer, support. Whenever you think of support, you think of Mercy. The unfortunate thing for her is her face is printed on a black backing, so she just looks so pale. She doesn't really get good skin tone in this. It's really, really not well done. I'm probably gonna replace the head whenever I get back to my setup, but other than that, the body, legs, her healing spear thing, I think they look great. We have Farah. This is one that I've been wanting for a while. She has her jetpack in the back. Uses like this Nexonites chest piece, if you all even know what that is in 2026. The custom helmet is awesome. I think the stud launcher works really well as her RPG thing. And again, her legs and body look great. And then we have the big figure Winston. This is awesome. This is so, so good. We got the custom molding for the arms, custom molding for the whole body. He was actually one of the first big figures to have studs on the back. So you can place his little jetpack thing. You got his Tesla cannon, which I think looks great. I love the stance that they gave him and like the opposable thumbs on the feet. Really feels like a gorilla, really feels like Winston. I love this figure so, so much. I'm gonna lay them down so that y'all can see more on the figures. Sorry that Mercy's kind of getting blinded, but starting with Reaper, they also have it come with these this like ghost leg thing that you get in Harry Potter sets a lot of times for the Death Eaters. It's supposed to be his wraith form. I think it looks really good as that. I love having this piece. I only have one other one from the Lego Ninjago season 5 line. Here is a close-up of Mercy's face. Sorry for the shadow. You can see how pale it is. And then she also has a face on the back where she's a little bit more angry. If this will focus. Yeah, there we go. And then Farah, here's her body. Looks pretty good. Her face also. She has the little tattoo around her eye. And then here's her with a more upset expression. Pardon my wording. All right, so again, 730 pieces, $900, or not $900. Whoa, I'm getting too used to the 2026 prices. This was $90 when it retailed. Do I think this is a good set? Would I recommend people to get it if they can? And I think it is a very good set. You don't get a lot of launch sort of things like space launch sets that are under $100, and this one was. So I think that's really cool. If you're a big fan of Overwatch and want to collect the maps, this is a good one because it has the other set that's small that goes with it. So you can kind of have like a whole Overwatch like diorama going on. If you're a more casual fan or don't really care to collect the maps, I would not get this set. I would just get one of the smaller ones, like the El Dorado Showdown, or is there? I don't know if there's another one that has like any map elements. But the thing about this one, like I said, is I think the biggest drawing point of the Overwatch sets are the actual figures. So the figures in this set are the biggest part. In some of the other sets, I think the figures are the biggest part. The exception is like the Bastion set or the Diva and Reinhardt sets, where the set itself is part of the figure. But yeah, because Overwatch hasn't done its own campaign part of the game, the only value, the only iconic value of the rest of the set is just from seeing it in the background in game, as opposed to, wow, there was a cool mission that happened at Watchpoint Gibraltar or something like that. So those are my thoughts on it. I'm super happy to have gotten this. I'm a fan of Overwatch, even though I haven't played it in a while. I loved playing this map. I love seeing the ship, and the set itself is great. The ship is great. The launch is great. It's just, hey, uh, this location isn't super duper lore heavy just because Overwatch as a whole has lore to it, but you don't have a campaign to actually explore it. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all would try and find this or if y'all want tips for finding it. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.